Good morning and happy Sunday morning. Let's do some chores. It is day 5 of the 30 and 30. I'm already getting confused as to where I'm at on what day and whatnot, but that's okay. It is snowing, as you can see. It is not super cold. It's like 30 degrees, so not horribly cold or anything. I have already been out and checked the heifers this morning. Went back in and had coffee and all that stuff. So I'm gonna grab from the shop, I'm gonna grab sunflower seeds for the chickens, and then we're gonna check heifers, let goats out. I also need to grab bale hay and stuff. So we'll do all the things this morning. I will be back. It is supposed to be snowy and cold like through Tuesday or Wednesday, and then warm up, which will be great. That will really hopefully get the grass going, and this like slow precipitation is really nice. It doesn't like fill my reservoirs or anything like that, but it does really help the grass. I'm gonna grab a small square for the goats. And I also got cake while I was in the shop for both heifer pens. I let chickens out this morning already when I checked the heifers. So they're out doing their chicken thing. They'll probably be, like they come out to eat and drink because I don't have water inside because ducks and geese make a mess. So they do come out to eat and drink, but for the most part on days like this, they just hang out inside. Hi girls, you look nice and wet. If you move, I won't pour it on your head. Would you like me to put that back in so you can reach it? 6 heifers left to calve. I still think about 24 to 48 hours away from the next calf being born. I supplement the chickens with extra sunflower seeds. Their feed does have sunflowers in it, but this gives them a little bit extra, and the extra fat and protein from the sunflowers helps with egg production. Okay, let's check on the babies. There's number 5. There's number 13. Who we got over here? You licking your tail? That's number 3. And then number 1 and number 2 and number 4 are all right here. Hi guys. Can I boop you? Anybody gonna let me boop them? No touching. Let's fill their water. Check their water. A little icy, but not bad. Water is full. These little red-headed calves, they sure are spunky and naughty. Yes, you are. Can I boop you? Can I scratch your booty? Can I scratch? Hey. No, let's not go out there. I didn't have calves in this corral last year. I think for obvious reasons here, I will probably be doing some fencing this summer to make this a little bit more calf appropriate. If they get out, like, they're just in this corral, which has better fence, so it's not like they're not out with the cows. And they're not going to stay in here forever. Once the cows have a few calves, then the heifers will also get kicked out with them. Heifer check while we're here. 72 still, showing the most signs that she's the closest. Doesn't mean she'll be the next to calve, but she's back there. Hi, Cracker Jack. You ate all the cake. Even though it's snowing, the ground is not frozen. It is quite soupy out. .62 starting to get a little tiny bit of an udder. Not much though. Good morning, goats. Are you guys hungry? Hello, little shrimp. How you doing? Yeah. Goats are done. If there's... Can you even see my face? No. If there's water spots on the camera, I apologize. I am trying to keep it clean and wiped, but it's obviously precipitating outside, so... I just put that whole bale out for them. That will last them a few days. They don't eat that much every day, but they do eat more than I thought goats would ever eat for such tiny little animals. Good morning. Hi, donkeys. How we doing? Good morning, Ethel. Hello, goats. Hi, Jack. Everybody else is out on multi-species already. Hi. Okay, come on, everybody. You want out, and then you won't come out. Franny, I heard you yelling. Go outside. Good girl. Come on, Ethel. Oh, no, it's the goats. This is the game we play. Come on, Hazel. Come on. Come on. no, goats, come on. Jack. Come on. Hazel, go. All right, that corral's empty. That one's also empty. Hi, Waffle. Hi, Squid. Your kid's doing all right. Probably better than you are. Hello, Emu. Okay. They have water outside and water in there in that bucket, and that looks good because we filled that last night. All right, enjoy your day. Make good choices. Hello, little kitty. This kitty likes me. Hi, you gonna play? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get the tractor started so it can warm up while I go feed the steers. There's the peacock. It probably takes on average like 45 minutes to an hour every day to do like the morning chores. It can take longer. I mean, I think if you like really hustled, you could maybe have it done in 30 minutes, just depending on like how much needed to be done. Like, you know, if the goats didn't need fed, or like when we only had one corral of heifers, like then it was less time. So, I mean, it just changes all the time. I don't have to feed the scrubs and bulls and horses today because they got fed yesterday. They are locked into a smaller pasture to let their pasture grow. So, yeah, first thing I'm going to do is check water. That's kind of what I always like to do. Get the water going if it needs to be filled, and then do the other stuff. And sometimes I end up back and forth over here a few times, just depending on how long it takes for things to fill and stuff. So, water first. Their water is good for the day. It takes about 4 or 5 days for them to drink that tank once it's full. I'll be back with your grain, don't worry. And then this is the tank that we're using right now for, excuse me, just be patient, please. This is the tank for the horses, scrubs, and bulls, the steers that are not on grain yet. And so they've got plenty of water for the day. They're so noisy. The steers are getting 70 pounds of grain right now, so we'll do 2 35-pound buckets. And I have a scale over there that I weigh it on. Kind of a pain to get it out of the bag when the bag is like full. I roughly know that each scoop is like 10-ish pounds. Sometimes 12 pounds. Depending how full I get the scoop. I'm at 33 pounds, so I'll do 37 in the other one. Well, that was a light scoop. 36.8. That's just perfect enough. Hi, boys. Enjoy your breakfast. I didn't turn the light on in the sales barn, so it's obviously like super dark in here and then bright out there because, you know, that's the outside. I'm getting off pretty easy today doing chores because both groups of heifers don't need feed. The steers don't need feed. The only thing that really like needs a bale is the cows. Some days it just works out like that, and then other days it's like everybody needs a bale. The cows also don't get caked today because they get caked every other day. So just one bale. Kind of nice for a Sunday to not have to do all the chores. Plus I need to go edit still. So you can see tonight's video, you know, this afternoon's Sunday video, you can see, and then maybe I'll just go ahead and edit this video, which will be out on Monday. And then I don't have to edit for a while, you know, like 36 hours, which would be great. I will say so far, like, everything is going pretty well, like, with the 30 and 30, like, I've had a couple of days, like, I obviously got to get, like, in the routine and everything, and, like, just kind of, like, figuring out my rhythm and stuff, and so, like, I did have, the first couple of days were a little rough, like, not, I wouldn't say they were horrible, but just, like, when am I going to do this, and then, like, I did talk about in previous videos, like, I've been doing a lot of stuff for my nonprofit right now, Edible Prairie Project. It's a lot of computer and phone time, like, it's hard to film that because it's just not exciting, and then it's also like I gotta get outside to do the stuff that I need to do outside. So just kind of balancing all the different roles that I have, you know, and spending time with the kids and, you know, all the things and stuff. But like my plan was to get up or to edit at night, and I've actually just been getting up like at 5:30 and editing, and that's been going really well because like the house is quiet, no one's up yet. I just like get up and have some coffee and sit at the computer, and that has been working out really well. So yeah, if I can edit today because it's Sunday and I like probably won't do much else, if I can edit Monday's video, then I don't have to get up super early tomorrow morning as well, which would be great. The mud is slippery. We are very wet. The cows are used to being caked with the tractor. I've talked about this several times, but we've been caking with the gator, just putting the cake in the bucket rather than using the gator, so that I can check cows and calves and stuff when they start calving with the gator without them associating it with food. But then they always associate the tractor with food, obviously, but they also associate it with cake. And so that's part of the reason they are so swarmy to the tractor, because they want their cake, but it's not a cake day. And they don't really understand the concept of every other day. It's like very slippery out here. It'll get better once I get off of like the road that we drive on all the time. That's just like mud and no grass. But we're going back to the lot because I'm locking these girls in so that the grass can grow for a couple of days. So they will have access to the lot and to the triangle pasture. There is an alley behind multi-species that they can go into. So I came out through the triangle pasture. I'll have to close that gate on my way in. They'll follow me. It's not going to be hard to like move them. Cows are fed. I try to keep it like in the snow rather than just like in the mud. And I didn't want to turn like a super sharp corner or anything because it's slippery. Also, there's a bit of like a hill kind of out there. You probably can't see it like on camera or anything, but like there's some obstacles out here that you kind of have to avoid. Now I'm going to switch some gates around, get them locked in. This isn't so much in preparation of calving, because like when we checked them, we saw that like really nobody's developing an udder or showing really any like obvious signs that they're like close to calving. We are, kind of within the window. We're still over 2 weeks out. Could have a calf, but this is to let my pasture grow just a little bit. So even a week or so, 10 days, 2 weeks, if these guys tolerate it and like don't bust through the fence, will really help the grass grow. So keep them in with this moisture, and then like at the end of the week we're supposed to be like in the 60s and stuff, and so like that will make the grass grow like fairly quickly, having this nice moisture and then warm sunny days. So this is for grass more so than it is for calving, although it will like make things easy, obviously, is like to keep an eye on them and make sure that nobody is calving. So I've got a few gates here that I need to switch around and situate, so I'm going to hop out and get that done. And then they have the access to the triangle pasture where they can kind of graze a little bit still and just like meander some, so they're not just stuck in 3 acres. And there's, if somebody goes down, like say somebody does go into labor, like they can have it in the shed, but they also like have more access now that they can go do their like natural cow thing. And there are dry spots and stuff. Well, there's no dry spots today, but like in the triangle pasture, there's better spots for them to calve that they will feel more comfortable. So yeah, I'm gonna do some gates. I'll be back. Lot gate is closed. Alley gate is open to the triangle pasture. And then I will just close the triangle pasture behind me. I will go out and just like drive around in the gator, make sure nobody has like wandered off to calve. I find that like highly unlikely, but you know, I will go double check just because the weather is crappy, and you know, I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. So how mad do you think they're going to be that they're locked in? I mean, they've got hay and water and a little bit of room to wander, so they'll be fine. But they really enjoyed chasing green grass, so I'm sure they're going to be a little irritated that I am locking them in. But it's for their own good, so they can have grass later on. So Sunday morning chores are done. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the 30 and 30 so far. I wish we'd have some calves, but they will come. They need to cook just a little bit longer. So if there's something that you want to see during the 30 and 30, leave it in the comments for me, and we'll see if we can get it worked into a video. So have a great evening, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.